Arsenal's early season form demands that they are taken seriously as title contenders.
Oh, that is unbelievable!
Arsenal's message to Manchester City is catch us if you can. Manchester City have no intention of relinquishing their crown.
So the challenge starts again for Arsenal.
The signal of intent for Arsenal's title ambitions.
It's unravelling so quickly. Arsenal come up short.
This is when Arsenal need to show their stuff. Mikel Arteta's team have been in the shadow of Liverpool this time round. Arsenal once again to be the bridesmaid and not the bride.
Welcome back. There'll be no Premier League title for Arsenal this season again. This weekend they travel to face the champions Liverpool at Anfield. We'll hear from Mikel Arteta, but first here's Arne speaking for the first time since Trent Alexander-Arnold announced he is leaving the club.
I think, like everybody who likes Liverpool and who's a fan of Liverpool, we're disappointed for him leaving, because not only a good human being is leaving the club, but a very, very, very good fullback is leaving us as well. But I also worked at clubs like AZ Alkmaar and Feyenoord, where every season a very good or multiple very good players have left the club. So I'm a bit more used to it, maybe, that players leaving the club, and the experience I have, and by the way this club as well, that if a very good player is leaving, the next very good player will step up.
They've been the better team, they've been the most consistent. What Arne and the coaching staff did done has been fascinating, it's been really good, and they fully deserve it, and that's a sport. When somebody's better, you have to applaud and accept and try to reach that level.
Thank you. Okay, so the big news, Trent Alexander-Arnold confirming that he will not be a Liverpool player. Mayo, where can he go in Liverpool now? Where's he not banned from?
Probably his family house. That's probably about it.
What a reaction.
Yeah, in all seriousness though, I think the reaction to this has been super interesting, because I think the other big two signing on, and then Trent not, probably leaves a sour taste, because he's one of their own.
Yeah.
It means something, but he's done everything there. He's given everything, and I think sometimes what's happened, enjoy the memories. It shouldn't have to be this sour note to end on.
Do you think there's an element of, well, you know, you're from here, you could have at least fetched some kind of fee for the club?
But that's not his fault though, is it? That's an FSG thing that they have to look at, and I mean, it's been said for so long that this is going to be a thing in football, that if you don't tie the player down, they will walk on the free. So that's just the occupational hazard of not tying down a contract. And I mean, good luck to him wherever he goes next. But he's been a wonderful servant to that club and to the Premier League.
Yeah, it'd be a pity if they forget that just because of the way he's leaving and the fact that he's leaving. But we're living in an age where a lot more younger English players are playing abroad, and he might see that from other players and be attracted to a different lifestyle because he's lived, this is all he knows.
Yeah, I mean, like Mayo says, he's won everything. What more is there to do? Yeah, he's a local lad, but he's also seen heroes of his in the past, Steve McManaman, Michael Owen, leave the football club and go to Real Madrid. I mean, I think if you sat him down, obviously it's not confirmed he's going to Real Madrid, that's the rumour, but I think if you sit Trent Alexander-Arnold down, it's like 2 or 3 clubs he might leave his football club for. It's so minimal, but when kind of those giants of Europe come knocking, obviously Liverpool are a giant of Europe, but when you've kind of grown up in that city, you're drawn to other football clubs as well, and I think this is the right moment for him to be leaving the football club. I think it's the right decision for him personally to progress his career and to discover life elsewhere.
And he does leave, whether they like it or not, as a legend. He will, maybe not now, maybe it's soured, the fact that he's leaving and he's leaving on a free. But he does leave as a legend. He's got the most Premier League assists for a defender of all time. Where do we think he ranks in terms of Premier League right-backs? Or will that become more apparent with time, with hindsight?
I think it depends on who you ask. There's a whole generation of, people watching Trent and being like, I never thought this was possible for a footballer. And they will put him number one. There's people from different school of thought which say, going forward, number one, but the whole totality of his game, they can't put him there in merit. So I think it depends on who you ask, but you can't take away his impact, honestly. For a right back to be that potent in attacking the technical ability, it's changed football in many senses. Now, a lot of people want a fullback that can put the ball anywhere, right? And it's because of his input. So you've got to give him his credit.
He's so polarising, exactly because of what you said there. If you've got a defensive-minded person, they're going to be like, well,
yeah,
he was all right. But if you've got someone who you're thinking, I want my fullback to go forward and create chances, then he's the elite. He's the best in the business. So it depends which way you want to look at it. But all we can say is what we've seen and the moments he's created and what he's achieved at Liverpool has been outstanding.
Loved playing with him.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't be bothered to get beat 3-2 every week if I got 2.
Yeah, Trent Alexander-Arnold. I feel like he's the one of the three we always thought was going to go. If they were going to get a hat-trick of all the players out of contract done, that would have been a minor miracle to get Virgil and to get most. Trent was the one most people expected to leave. What does that mean for Liverpool, though, and the future and that position?
Well, they've got Conor Bradley there, so they obviously feel as though that they've got a successor to a certain extent. He won't fill exactly what Trent does. I don't think anyone in the world could. But I think there will be a position they try and strengthen this summer as well, as in just another one as well as Conor. But do you know what? I think what Arne Slot's done by keeping those three kind of transfers running out, those contracts running out, the talk to a minimum. I think managerially he's done absolutely fantastic. And if there's anyone that they probably would have wanted to tie down, it probably would have been Trent because he's got future value, whereas the other two haven't so much. But the other two, what I will say, are real leaders.
What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think ultimately he's been pivotal in a way that Liverpool have played for so long. And this season, Liverpool have slightly tweaked the former club.
In fact, he's probably defined the way they play. They've probably based it around him, haven't they?
Exactly. And what it allows a new manager to do is, that was what happened now. This year we tweaked it a little bit. Now we're not reliant on that anymore. And this is a manager that's going to get his opportunity to actually make signings. I'm intrigued to see what he envisages his fullbacks to be and what impacts that has on the team. Mo Salah, his whole game has changed a lot this season. So those subtle changes for a manager are quite exciting, and it means that he gets a step away from the Jurgen Klopp Liverpool. And one of those key chapters, which was Trent, that is pushed aside a bit. So I'm looking forward to it. I remember when they signed Robbo from Hull, and everyone thought, oh, what's this? But it turned out to be one of their best servants. Yeah. Did they make a signing like that? Did they go for a big name? We're yet to know, but it's exciting times for sure.
Yeah, and it's exciting for Trent, even if it means he can't go anywhere. He's banned from every day. I'm opening social media and seeing where he's banned from. Couple of months ago, maybe in 2024, we thought that this had the potential to be a title decider. It's very different now for Arsenal falling short. They've had a nightmare week. They lost to Bournemouth, which means that top 5 position is not even guaranteed. That second place is not even guaranteed. They're knocked out of the Champions League semi-finals as well. Very, very tough week for Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, super tough. Well, the worst week he could have went, kind of thing, when he was laid in bed on that Friday night, looking forward to the Bournemouth game. Exactly how he didn't wish it would have went, but unfortunately it has, and it's about picking yourself up and showing that character and that drive, and like you say, at the bare minimum, confirming Champions League football for next year, because we can see that they can go deep in the competition and they can challenge, but it's going to be tough. I think Liverpool will want to prove a point in this fixture.
Yeah, a lot of interesting quotes coming out from Arteta after that Champions League defeat. I'm not sure what to make of it. What did you make of it?
I think a lot of it is a defence mechanism. I mean, a lot of people still think that the trophy he won wasn't his trophy because of the nature of how he won it with the FA Cup. A lot of the talk is this team has been primed to win something, and it's again another season of not winning something. There's a lot of pressure on him, and this team's growing. It's got value. We're seeing players in that team show that they are of world level. So now you've got a manager that's dealing with I've fallen short of wanting to win a trophy. I've got players here that want to win things. People question why I haven't delivered, especially after an amazing 2 legs against Madrid. It probably just all got to him, and he just wants to be like, we've done the best team in Europe, which is up for debate with a lot of people, to be honest. So I just think the pressure is a lot, and I think that's why in this game he has to be really careful, because Liverpool are going to want to prove a point. They're going to want to make sure that even though they've won the league, when we look back in history, they won it well. They beat their nearest contenders. Arsenal can't afford to just start slipping now. When we see it with Arsenal, every season there's a period of 3 or 4 games where the results got a bit funny and it changes the trajectory of their season. So they've got to get their ideas ready and be ready for a tough game.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously Liverpool now at Anfield for the first time since wrapping up the title. We know what happened last time out against Chelsea. They won't want to make that mistake again. While we're talking about Liverpool and shoring up defensive positions, Arsenal, undoubted, everyone knows what they need to buy this summer.
Yeah, without doubt. We've been saying it for 4-5 transfer windows now. That's been, I think a wide opinion of many football people in the country. And Mikel Arteta didn't feel the need to. Obviously, the funds were there to do it. He went and got Sterling from Chelsea at the drop of a hat as soon as available. He acted because he wanted him. Whereas he's just been so reluctant to get that number 9. And I almost think we get into that stage of this is the last roll of the dice for Arteta, as in he's brought them so far. He's done a fantastic job. He's gone close on numerous occasions in the Premier League. He's gone deep in the Champions League. But what he's missing is a number 9. I think they'll go and get a good number 9, a big number 9 in the summer, and then they'll see what they can achieve next year.
Don't you think it's absolutely wild that this is a club that's challenging in the Champions League semi-final, that was pushing for the title, and they just didn't have a number 9? They literally, Kai Havertz was the guy, and then he got injured.
Yes, I don't. Well, he's not a 9, a false 9. But yeah, and do you know what? I think they've probably left it to the worst window.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the market, Liverpool are in for a 9. If Isak moves, Newcastle want a 9. So there's going to be a knock-on effect of 9s moving around in the summer. I'm sure Manchester United want a 9. 9s are back in vogue. So he's waited 5 transfer windows, and it's going to be super hard to get a good one.
That's the boots off me.
People who have a good 9 are just like dollar signs right now, the pound signs.
Wow.
Oh, we are raising prices. Probably going to see some crazy numbers in terms of those 9s in the transfer window. Well, Arsenal couldn't make it through to the Champions League final. The final of the Europa League will be an all-Premier League affair between Manchester United and Spurs after both won their semi-final second legs on Thursday.